ask me all the time, exactly what do you do? You know, they ask me, what do I do? I don't really know what to tell them. They ask me questions like I'm supposed to answer immediately. It's a very strange thing, actually. You know, I wear trousers even though I know half of my body won't be seen. You know, I wear hats that are too small just because it makes me look religious, respectable. It's strange. It's a balance. It's a strange balance that I have to juggle between giving a shit and not. And I suppose if you live your life not giving a shit about anything, it makes you a boring person, and I don't really care for that. I just feel as if there is something I need to be doing that gives. When babies cry, it reminds me that I'm not a father. It reminds me that I haven't achieved fatherhood and that I haven't achieved. Because to be a father is to become something of a role model in your society, in your community, and in your family. If you're not a father, not even to talk of husband or whatever, if you're not a father, then you can't wear fatherly robes. You can't, appear at functions and seem to have gravity. We don't pay much mind to the youth because they are the youth. They are to be taught. They are not to be listened to. And so I'm not saying I'm the youth, but I think by becoming a father, something become, it begins. You know exactly what I'm saying. And so it pressures me sometimes when I hear these babies, moan. It pressures me. It says to me, I say to myself, perhaps now is the time that I take my life seriously enough to give a shit about women, for example. It's not to say I don't give a shit about women. I do, obviously, but the vagina, it's not that I don't respect or appreciate or even find it, unique. Pleasurable, perhaps, is a word you could use. I don't have one, so but I can receive the pleasure that I'm giving, if that makes sense. Like I get it. However, there are just so many ifs and buts. I can't get too close. I can't get too close. There is almost like this metallic taste, a tinge to it. It's like something that's electric and magnetic. That is the word. It has this magnetism that it creates a kind of like, it does things, especially to a lot of men. It makes them crazy. It makes them lose their minds as if, oh, this is something I've never experienced. I can't ever experience alone. Which is true. It's true. However, I think there might be a middle point, a bridge between, you know. I'm busy. Can you come back later if you can? Thank you. There may be a middle point between um, not giving anything of yourself and giving. Yeah, I've completely lost my point, but you know, there may be a middle ground between rape and celibacy. You know what I mean? And I think even though a lot of men don't actively rape, a lot of women, I believe mentally they do. I believe that rape culture actually it is, the very follicles of the mental mind of the modern man. And it's based on a primitive idea or an idea that seems to beckon or herald from some primitive age that says, what am I trying to say? That says that rape is actually in our DNA. It's animal, primal, for the female to be pinned down and for the power of the man to be exhausted. Um, um, you know what I mean? And so it seeps into the way we think about sex, into the way we think about sex in terms of sexuality, genders, the number of genders we have based on, you know, our physical appearances. Penises and vaginas means that you are either a penis or a vagina. And so it begins to limit the spectrum that exists, or that I imagine the penis and the vagina to be like the root, you know? And then everything else, the clothes we wear, the way our hair, everything, the earring, the colors, everything becomes very like this, you know? And one day you could find yourself saying things that you did not say yesterday, things that you never thought you would say, based on the people maybe you have around you. And so, yes, I do believe that there is a kind of agenda. A lot of religions or people of religion, I think, are afraid, or they are creating something called a gay agenda, or an agenda for some sort of cleansing of people. If you can hear the baby crying in the background, I won't apologize necessarily, but I do want to say my face may. I will leave that for another day. But no, I think the thing about me is that I jump from point to point, and we will find ourselves when we find ourselves. The thing is, it's so potent, this energy of sex. It can ruin a day completely if you fuck up during masturbation. You can completely fuck your entire mental up. You can just fuck yourself right up. You can fuck yourself right up if you fuck up. If I'm not a guru, so I'm not gonna give you tips, but I will give you the warnings. However, I can do that based on my own experience. Obviously, if you fuck up, you can fuck up your entire day. Can we agree? Can we shake on that? And that is it. If we can find things to shake on. I was watching a show, and it had a topic of female genital mutilation, or and it's just to hear the letters, the words, it's like, okay, so we know we're talking about something that shouldn't happen. Once you put a word like mutilation on a culture that has accepted and appreciated this thing, this activity, for I don't know how many years, but for the English language or those of the English tongue to come and then put all sorts of biases or all sorts of like labels on the thing, or some sort, just heaviness. Not to say it's a good thing or it's a bad thing, and not to say I agree with it or not. Right. So, not to say that it's this or that, but we have to be careful with the words we swallow.